are these?
He goes hill climbing with Colin, Mary and Colin, you know. So the two boys, if they're not going to see Star Wars at the cinema or James Bond, they go climbing hills together. So,
You started doing that when, how old are you, Andrew?
Oh, well, I mean, Catherine and I have climbed a few hills together as well.
you've always climbed hills, but
Yeah.
now you do more,
But
don't you?
now we live here, they're much easier to climb because they're much closer.
Still quite hard work to climb,
Yeah.
but lovely.
Yes. Pile of grit.
Yeah, they're planning on ice.
Yeah.
Isn't that loch beautiful?
That's Loch Arklet. So Loch Lomond is beyond that. What we'll do is we'll go to the right and see how brown everything is. But then you come back in the spring and it's all green.
Wow.
And then at other times of year it'll be purple. These hillsides
Really?
here have got
The
heather.
heather,
They're all covered in
yeah.
heather. And actually some of this, I mean, there's heather here. So that'll be.
A bit strange if it turns to purple at times.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So what you can see here that looks sort of dark red at the moment,
Yeah.
that will be purple in the spring and
I
summer.
see.
And actually right through into the autumn, won't it?
Yes. Yes. Do you want to go to Inversnaid first?
Are we going to Inversnaid as well?
Yeah, and then we'll go back.
Okay, so one of those places we'll stop and have coffee.
Yeah. Yes,
think
they've got
Mum
lots
would-
of grit.
Probably quite like Strommenlacker to see. So
Yeah.
do you want to go down to Inversnaid
Well,
first
I was
and
going
then?
to say it's 4 miles that way to Inversnaid, and then it's half a mile.
I mean, to be honest, I might just go to Strommenlacker and leave it at that.
Loch Katrine,
Yeah.
Well, except you wouldn't. You'll see
You do
Loch
what you want to
Lomond.
do. You do what you want to do.
Well, is that
Yeah,
okay?
that's fine. That's fine.
It's only 4 miles.
Well,
Mhm.
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. 8 there and back.
Is your car diesel?
Diesel, darling? Is the car diesel?
No, petrol.
It's not. It's petrol. Petrol.
Oh wow. Consumes a lot of fuel then, Andrew.
Well,
No,
actually, it's very
no, it doesn't.
economical.
Very economical.
Really?
Yeah.
So Andrew went and filled it up this morning, but it got us all the way from Mum's to home on a tank full of petrol. So it did very, very well.
I thought it's only diesel that is a bit economical.
No, the modern petrol engines. This car does. My last car was a diesel.
Ah, it depends on the car.
It
Yeah.
does depend on the car, yes. And they do a diesel version of this, but this car, driven fairly gently, will go 50 miles on 1 gallon of petrol,
Not cycling.
which is, that's about what you get out of a diesel.
Do you think new bikes for Christmas?
Electric ones.
Electric
Rather
ones.
flashy electric ones. Well, when they've got a very steep hill to go
Come
down.
up. Yeah. Well, we've got a steep hill to come back up.
And
after
they're going to come
Inversnaid.
back up, so they'll use their electricity coming back up. But
There's
they look rather smart.
a
those
very
things.
steep hill down here,
Mhm.
and we've cycled this, and we cycled down. That was lovely, and then we cycled up, and we had to buy peanuts from the cafe at the top
Yeah.
to give me energy to
Wow.
finish the
My
ride.
goodness.
I always think about that. Something for instant energy.
But how you manage to get here? Just
We
with the
bring-
bicycle, or you put the bicycle on top
Yeah,
of the
you
car
saw
first?
where the co-op was that you saw in Aberfoyle.
Yeah,
We drive to there,
yes.
and then we cycle from there.
Wow, but even though it's really far now.
So it's a nice ride. It's really lovely.
And we have very lightweight bikes.
So
They're very easy to ride.
Oh, yep. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, of course, because you do it all the time. But is your friend still awake?
No.
Okay.
No.
this mountain is a bit rocky, isn't it?
Yes, it is quite often, and quite often they're really rocky at the top, aren't they? You do some scrambling when you're
Yeah.
climbing up to the top.
Yeah. Could actually come and bring the boat onto this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to bring the boat.
This is quite. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a reservoir along our cliff, but I think it matters.
We're not going to do anything to pollute it, are
No.
we?
I mean, there was a lay-by back there that
Uh-huh.
was fairly close.
There is fencing all the way along
There
here. I
is
don't know what was the situation
Yeah,
at
I
that
don't
lay-by.
know.
I didn't notice whether you could go down through the fencing.
It'd be quite a good one because it's not, it's not too big.
No. And you could go to the other side, which we've not done.
Yeah. Quite choppy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's a wind on it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very choppy. We need to stay away from
The water is
that.
a bit high, isn't it?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes, it's a reservoir, so it has a dam.
Oh, they painted these up.
They were doing them up, weren't they? When we cycled that
Yeah.
time, they were doing them up.
Yeah, looking nice.
Hmm. There's a little school down here, and it has, well, I knew
Mhm.
somebody who taught here. There was just one teacher, and like 3 children.
Oh,
She had. That was all.
just like a
tiny,
private one.
Tiny little school just tucked
Which
in
one
here.
is it?
It's
Is it
just in here
here?
by the post box. So
I see.
where is that?
Is that it there?
No, that can't. Maybe that's not right. Maybe she lived there by the post box. Maybe the school's. Well, I don't know. I think the school is
I
there.
think there is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's tiny. She had 3 children.
God gracious.
Yes, but they were at that stage. I mean, they'll be different now, but they were 5, 10, and 11. So a big gap between them. But yeah. I was on a
If
course.
that number of pupil you got 2 or 3 only, we call that in the Philippines is just like you are tutoring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it must feel like that, mustn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness, right?
Special.
This used to be a church, but it's a bunk house now, so you can come and sleep in it. It's where we
What's
bought.
a bunkhouse?
It's a place where they just have bunk beds. So it's very cheap sleeping accommodation, but warm and dry and safe.
Mm.
And so you just, like a hostel, same idea as a youth hostel, and you just have a bunk bed. And then that's where we stopped, wasn't it, that day?
Yes.
And bought the peanuts. So, for energy.
Yes. Well, and you'll see why, because we cycled up this hill, and it's a very steep hill.
I'd like to try it again, actually, because I'm fitter now than I was then.
Yeah. No, we get a bit no bother on that. We've been up steep hills and this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd quite like to do that again.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, yeah. He's lovely, isn't
He's
he?
beautiful. Yeah.
Lovely colour.
I wonder if he's one of those red fox Labradors.
Yes, I think he might be.
This is a very pretty route.
Isn't it lovely?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
I think probably a best
He's
bet.
going to go back. That's very helpful.
Very well. Good.
We're nearly at the bottom. And then at the bottom is Loch Lomond.
It's sloping down now, Andrew.
Yes.
Is it?
I think so.
Yes, I think it might be. Oh, I didn't bring wine. Sorry. I only brought coffee. So you can see why I needed peanuts when I got to the top of this hill. It's a big hotel at the bottom.
That's a perched up high too.
Yes. Do you
Oh,
ever
dear.
listen to Billy Connolly? Do you know who Billy Connolly is?
What is it?
He's a Scottish entertainer. He's a comedian and musician.
No, I never heard it, love.
Anyway, he came here one day and he
Oh,
was
really?
filmed and he was standing here on the
Mhm.
edge and he said, "There's nobody here." And there was nobody here.
So this is Loch Lomond, and
Gosh.
so we live at the far
other
end
end.
down there, about
Long time ago.
No, now.
no.
That's where
It's
our
about-
house is.
Oh, you mean,
About,
right.
about from here, it's probably about 12, 13 miles, something like that. And on the opposite side that's a hydroelectric power station
Mhm.
over there.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've climbed the hill behind it.
Of course you have.
Yeah, yeah. what there is behind that mountain,
Yeah.
there's a reservoir with a dam, and then there are pipes that come down through underground, and they come out where you can see them there, and they drop down into the power station itself there, where there are big turbines, and the water
Filters.
drives the turbines and generates electricity.
I see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Imagine the intelligence of people.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And you get at this hotel, you get lots of coaches come to it. Now there is a waterfall around here, but I'm not sure whether
I don't think we can see it from the car.
the car.
And then the boats go from here up the loch
Yeah,
in the
they
summer,
can't
but not
quite.
now.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
Cannot see it.
might be able to see it if we go in here.
It's a big hotel.
It's a big
Yes, it is.
hotel. Yes.
Oh, you can see it. You can see it. You can see if we went down there,
hmm
but we'll not do that.
Oh yes, I can see the waterfall. Can you see the waterfall, Mum?
Yeah,
Straight ahead of you.
Yes.
right in front of you.
That's ahead of me.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's only a little bit of it, but
Do you want to get out, Eva, or are you okay? Go and have a wee look. Yeah.
Right.
Eva and I are just going to go and have a wee look at the waterfall.
Yeah,
Is that all
just
right?
have to cut off
Yeah.
this one.